Hello everyone, welcome back to David at Go to Hobbies. Right, welcome to 2025. Another new year, it's New Year's Day, and I thought I would make a couple of videos. Right, yesterday I decided to join the Reform UK party, and I'm bloody glad I did. And I ended the year with a terrific positive note, and that was to join Reform UK, and I did, and I'm happy, and I'm really happy about it. But Nigel Farage made a New Year speech, and I was just going to play a bit to you.
Well, I'm fortunate today to be giving you this New Year's message from Blenheim Palace. Not only a magnificent place and a wonderful place to come and visit, but of course the birthplace of Winston Churchill, who represented something.
He has my
when
respect
this country was indeed
and
a
my
great
gratitude.
country, not just in terms of looking after its own people, but in standing up for the right things in the world. And I look back on 2024, a year that started with me in almost semi-retirement, not involved in active politics, approaching my 60th birthday with my first two grandchildren on the way. And I couldn't help thinking about what this country had been, the values that it had represented, and what it was looking like today. You know, the fish rots from...
Every word he says is true, isn't it? And you think to yourself, he's a man with integrity, a man with honesty, more than I can say for Sir Plonker Starmer, an absolute moron. So let's listen to a bit more.
From the head down, we have been appallingly led in this country now for several decades.
True.
We are in societal decline. We
True.
are in economic decline. Most
True.
people are getting poorer with every year that passes. We're losing any sense of national identity.
True.
And we're actually teaching kids at school that people like Winston Churchill, born in this palace, are bad people.
Terrible, isn't it?
And that our country's history is something to be ashamed of. It was also because I'd fought so hard and so long for us to get back our independence, Brexit, taking back control of our own lives, and to see that completely squandered by a Conservative Party who frankly never believed in it, but used it for electoral advantage in 2019.
We'll stop it there. But what is Sir Keir Starmer doing now? He's palling up with the EU, and he's trying to get us back into the EU. It's a complete and utter shambles, to say the least. He's betraying us, he's being dishonest, and he's lying to us. No one that I've spoken to has one good word for Sir Keir Plonker Starmer. He's an absolute moron. What a bleeding douchebag of a Prime Minister. There's got to be the UK's worst Prime Minister in history, and that is saying something. I'll tell you that. Margaret Thatcher was a right bitch. She introduced the poll tax and a load of other things as well. But this is a totally different level with Sir Keir Plonker Starmer. Let's carry on listening a bit more.
And almost knowing that Labour were going to win with a big majority, that I decided something had to be done. So I got back involved with politics, took the leadership of Reform UK, and I made one big promise. I said in that general election, albeit with 4 weeks to go, we'd get millions of votes and we'd establish a bridgehead.
Well, he's got my vote now, and I'm a member of the Reform UK
and I think
party.
everybody acknowledges
that
with just a handful of MPs, we've made a real impact over the course of these last 6 months. And everything we do is based on values. And those values are around...
Right, just going to pause it for a minute. Sorry about that. Right, where was we?
The things that matter to us. Family, community and country. They're the things that got me back in politics. And we're going to campaign for us to look at history in a different way, for our kids to be proud of who we are as a nation. We're going to campaign for proper border controls.
Do you know what? Every word he said resonates, and every word has a meaning. It's not like the Labour government. It's not like the Conservative government. Nigel Farage speaks from the heart. Nigel Farage speaks with conviction. He's seen what's going on. He's seen the betrayal of the Conservative and the Labour parties, what they've done to this UK. They should be utterly and thoroughly disgraced, because they don't only betray the King, they betrayed the Queen as well when she was in power. And I wish the King would stand up and say something, because this government we got at the moment is betraying the King and country. But let's listen to some more.
The fact that now 150,000 people, nearly all of them young men, have been able to catch dinghies across the English Channel and come into this country, frankly, is an outrage to everybody. But it isn't just that. Legal migration. Look at 2023. A Conservative Party in power promising us that net migration will be tens of thousands a year, and it was nearly 1 million.
Unbelievable.
We're going to campaign
Absolutely
to reduce the
unbelievable.
cost of living. I promise you, the net zero plans put in place at the time of Theresa May, now being pursued by Ed Miliband in the most extraordinary way, will do nothing more than put up everybody's bills and close down British manufacturing industry. We want to make this country prouder. We want to make our borders secure. We want to make our people better off. And that message is resonating. And over the course of Christmas, tens of thousands of people have joined Reform UK.
Me too.
There is a buzz. There is an energy. There is an optimism. We're not negative. Yes, we know the other lot made an absolute mess of it, that Labour and Conservative are virtually the uni party. We believe we can turn this country around by 180 degrees and make Britain a much better place. But also on the world stage, we think of Churchill, we think of what he meant in 1940, and the fact we managed to extinguish with our American colleagues Nazism and, of course, Imperial Japan. Right now, the world is in a more dangerous place than it's been at any point in my lifetime.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I have to tell you, like his style or not, Donald Trump coming back as the American president is good news, not bad news. If history teaches us one...
Right. It's very true what he said. Biden was a weak president. And he done so much wrong. And it weakened the United States. He was too old for the job. That was my opinion. And well, what's done's done, isn't it? And the way I feel about Donald Trump, he's got balls. So has Nigel Farage. He's got balls. And if he doesn't like something, he's going to say it. And it's just like Donald Trump. If he doesn't like something, he's going to say it. And that's what I admire in a leader. People that will stand up for their people. People that rely on the government and the Prime Minister, or with Donald Trump, their president. And thank God those bastards that tried to assassinate him failed. And I'm glad they failed. They should be bloody hang up, I tell you. But It's absolutely. We need someone like Nigel Farage to really put this country back on track for once and all. I mean, look at what that stupid prat of a woman decided to do. Yeah, Rachel Reeves. I mean, altering the rules so that can they borrow more money. What they've borrowed, 100% is against GDP. Talk about sell us out. That's what they've basically done. But enough about me rabbiting. I could talk to you about it all day.
Thing. It is that dictators and bad guys only respect strength.
True.
And let's face it, without America, we are defenseless. So
True.
that relationship is crucial. I think what reform offers for 2025 is exciting. I know it is, because the other parties are going absolutely mad. They're throwing accusations around that I've no doubt that will get tougher throughout the course of 2025. But we know what we believe in. We've infused millions of people in this country.
True.
I want to say this to you. If you agree with what we're trying to do,
Totally.
don't just sit back and nod. Do something about it.
I did.
Join those 150,000 people.
I did, Nigel.
Already joined
And
our
I'm glad
party.
I did.
I promise you this. The only way we win, the only way we mend broken Britain, the only way we get reform in our country that so badly needs it, is if you, who agree with us, join our people's army.
And I'm
So
proud
make it
to
your
have
New
done.
Year's resolution. Join Reform UK.
I have. Yeah,
Join the fight back. Let's make Britain great again.
I have.
Happy New Year.
And I'm bloody happy I did. It's the best thing I've done the end of 2024.
Say hi to our host
let's
season
just
3.
shut that up. Don't want that, do we? And sorry, we've got a granddaughter here. But it just goes to show that Nigel Farage is the man. Do you know what? I want him to win. And I'll do everything I can to support him. I've joined Reform UK. I make videos about him. I make videos about our bleeding prat of a Prime Minister and the flipping muppets that go with it. I mean, David Lammy. I mean, what an absolute twat. What did he say about Donald Trump? Yeah. What did he call him? Well, I'm not going to go over that, but you watch the video, you'll see the other video about David Lammy, me taking the piss out of him. And that Angela Rayner, she looks like she's been stung by a wasp. And that Rachel Reeves, looks like she's a right snob. Excuse my stomach. But this is what we've got, isn't it? It's almost like we're going to have a lovely Christmas. Screw the pensioners. Screw the farmers. Screw the British people. Let's pay the train drivers and the doctors. Let's give some billions to the National Health Service. Let's make HS2, waste more money. How many billions? If they didn't waste the money on HS2 and cancel it, okay, it might cost 2 billion. But look at all the money it would have saved. Right? What did it cost? £100 million for a bat shed? Are they off their frigging tiny little rockers or what? Bats don't care if it's wood, plastic, marble, gold, sapphires, platinum. They don't give a flying toss. But why spend £100 million of taxpayers' money on such a stupid bloody thing? I don't dispute the bats need a home. But 100 million, this has got to be the taking the piss out of all of us taxpayers. It's got to be the end of the line. Excuse the pun, but it's got to be the end of the line, isn't it, for what they're doing. Network row, and whoever these contractors are, they should be ashamed of themselves. They are an utter disgrace. And what the boss is blaming. What they're blaming. Trying to get the work done quickly, trying to rush the job. You bet it. You bet. But anyway, I've said my bit, and I've said what I've done. I kept to my word, and I did it. And I'm really, really happy I am part of the Reform UK and a member of that party now. It's the first time in all the years in my life I've ever joined a political party, and I'm 63, nearly 64, and I have not felt this way again about another political party, and I believe Nigel Farage will unite the United Kingdom and make it great again, because of what we've got at the moment. What can I say? They're a pile of poo. Absolute frigging muppets. Actually, zombies have got more intelligence than this government, and that says something, innit? So anyway, on the end of that note, I will wish you all a brilliant 2025, and may this year be better than last year. So let's get this flipping government out and get Nigel Farage in government with Reform UK. Let's pound this bloody useless government into submission, and let's get that bloody frigging moron of a Prime Minister to resign and get this bleeding communist, socialist bastards out, because they are destroying the UK from within. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Are you a member of the Reform UK? If you're not, do so. 25 quid of my money I spent is the best investment in my life. Nigel Farage, you have all my respect, all my gratitude, and I'm grateful. And it's an absolute pleasure to be a member of Reform UK. So let's do it together. Let's change the UK for the better. I'm behind you. I support you 110%. Nigel, well done. And I look forward to meeting you. Take care, everyone. See you soon.